morning to our ticket holders and to our donors, and we did that in large part because we feel whenever possible we should communicate with those individuals first, and that was an opportunity for us to be able to do that. In that correspondence, we essentially just gave them a snapshot of kind of a state of the union for the department. Talked about our funding, especially given the economy, how we've been able to wean ourselves in a big chunk from the state. We've invested over $50 million in our facilities. We've had tremendous success academically, in large part due to the Student Success Center, the Hickson Lead Success Center that we built 3 years ago, having the best graduation rate in the conference, the best we've ever had at Iowa State. And then competitively, having our best year competitively. We're 22nd in the Director's Cup. If you'd asked me when I took this job 5 years ago that we could be in the top 25, I would have said you're kidding me. But to be 22nd right now in the nation is a very powerful statement for our department, and then to be 5th in the Big 12 right now in the all sports standings, because we've been last in the Big 12 7 of the last 8 years. Part of that correspondence, though, we also shared with the ticket holders and the donors that, unfortunately, the men's basketball program hasn't achieved at the same level that we'd all like it to achieve over the last several years. And it's been frustrating, it's been disappointing for fans, for Coach McDermott and his staff, and for our players. And there's a lot of things that have happened, some of which were self-inflicted, some of which were out of anybody's control. But at this juncture, it doesn't matter. It's not why, it's a matter of what. And it's made us stop and think about why someone is given the opportunity and the privilege to be one of our 18 head coaches. And winning's a big part of that. But so is one's integrity, so is one's character, so are how the student athletes perform in and out of the classroom. And in all of those categories, things have gone extremely, extremely well. And when I look at this team and the character that the coaches and the student athletes have exhibited through some pretty tough times, there's a lot of resiliency there. And there's a lot to be proud of to be an Iowa State. And so we look forward to Coach McDermott and his staff leading our program to the same level of success that we've achieved in some of our other programs. And I look forward to working alongside of him for quite a long time. I'm going to be available for questions, but we thought we'd also give Coach an opportunity to say a few words.
Well, I was hoping to just come and talk about Kansas State. Jamie and I have had conversations throughout the season like we always do. And, he's been unwavering in his support of me and our program. And I appreciate that, because that allows me to continue to do my job and do the things that we have to do to try to prepare our team to play. And as he's mentioned, there's been some curveballs thrown our way, and some of them we have to evaluate, look in the mirror, and think about how we're doing things, and what things do we have to change to make sure this doesn't happen again. And some of them are from out of left field that you don't see coming, and you just have to roll with the punches when they happen, and we've tried to do that the best we can. I'm very honored and privileged to coach at Iowa State, and it's good to wake up in the morning knowing that you're coaching somewhere where people really care. And that's why Jamie's here, is because our fans care, and they're disappointed that we're not winning at the level that I would like to succeed as well. But all I can do is continue to work as hard as I can and be who I am, and I'm not going to change that. I'm not. It's not my right to care what other people think of what the job that I'm doing. They're entitled to their own opinion, and I respect that. All I ask is, if, regardless of what they may think of the job that I'm doing, that they don't take that out of my team, that they continue to support them. I'm a big boy, I can handle that. They don't deserve that. They deserve the support of every Cyclone fan out there, and I hope with this that they can put whatever behind them and jump on full force and support our team from here on out.
Was there ever uncertainty in your mind, Greg, that you would not be coaching at Iowa State after this season?
No.
Jamie, there's going to be those that say that if Craig Brackens and Mark Westhill start to leave, it's kind of like starting over. How would you assess that?
I don't think we're starting over at all. I mean, I look at our team and say we've got three starters returning, 3 other players that have played substantial time this year. Plus, we have 2 other players that have played in the Big 12 over the last couple of years that, unfortunately were hurt this year and will have red shirts. So, there's a group of individuals that are coming back that have played in the toughest conference in the country, hands down, and have, been in games. So I look at that nucleus and say that isn't starting over. I'd also, I've thought about this and our staff's heard me say this. I'd just ask this question to everybody in the room. Who in this room saw Marquez Gilstrap, Laron Dendy, or Chris Colvin play before they signed with Iowa State in person? Saw them play in high school or junior college? Okay, my hand didn't go up either, right? So nobody's hand went up. Yet we all fell victim of anointing them, the individuals that were going to take us to the NCAA tournament. I did too. So now I can say, who in this room has seen our recruits for next year play in person? So we've got a 1. Good for you.
Oh, yeah, Marshalltown kids?
Well, any of them play. So why, my hand didn't go up either. So why would we anoint them not to be successful next year? I've met with those kids, and they're all excited to come to Iowa State and be part of our great tradition and lead us, to the place that everybody would like us to be. So, I share that as just as a backdrop. It's never as good or as bad as it probably is, and we're not starting over.
Jamie, why'd you feel the need to come out today and do this?
Well, Coach McDermott and I have been in contact. We talk all the time, and we had planned to be able to come out and say something this week and to share something with our season ticket holders for several weeks now. And today was the day. It just worked well because it's leading into the Big 12 tournament, and we knew we could be here together. We just felt it was important to be able to send the message that where we're at and where we want to be.
Jamie, how much feedback have you gotten from donors or season ticket holders that say, if you bring Mac back, I'm not going to renew or I'm not going to donate? Or conversely, how much feedback you've gotten saying, if you don't bring him back, I'm not going to renew or donate?
Well, I think Greg, hit the nail on the head when he said, our fans are great fans because they're passionate and they care. And there's a lot of places that you maybe wouldn't have to be up here doing this today because people just don't really care. And that's not the case at Iowa State. What I would say is the overwhelming message that I get from our fans is just frustrated. They're frustrated because they want to win. They want to, you invest a lot of time in coming to the games and a lot of money. And so you want to go home feeling good about it. And that's been the frustrating part because we've been close. And in some ways it's almost easier, and I heard you say this at a press conference, for the players sometimes it's easier just to get beat bad versus getting your heart ripped out at the end of the game. That makes it tougher. But I'd say the majority of our fans that have chosen to comment it's more of frustration. They support Coach McDermott. They just want to see us, they want to experience the fun.